My name is Harry, and I'm from London.
Meghan Markle here.
Oh, I did video 1. So this is that again. I see somehow back to why is she seen when she wanted privacy. Excuse me. So that was the very first video. So I'm not gonna play that again. Okay. So I put it twice by mistake. Well, he shouldn't have gone to the gutter press slagging off his daughter for money then. He's only got himself to blame. His relationship with his daughter is in tatters. I read a comment on my comment section before I started recording. I responded and then I blacked, saying, oh, something, why doesn't he go speak to the father and all of that. I respond and then I black. Right? If you saw it before I blacked it, I don't know. Okay, he's only got himself to blame why his relationship with his daughter is in tatter. I've got no sympathy for him. If my dad done what Meghan's dad did, I will never speak to him ever again. Alright, so this is a retweet from Lorraine. There's some comments here. This is an ad. The last one is an ad. Okay. So that's me saying here, we're getting close to the lawsuit because the Harry's suing the paper. So we're getting close. It's in February 9th. Okay? Keep that in mind. February 9th. Okay? I know. I wish Harry all the best. Okay. So let's go into that. I'm not going to read all, but some. The Daily Mail have reeled out Thomas Markle and his sobbing that he's never been invited to Harry and Meghan's home. Wasn't he also plotting against Harry and Meghan to stop the wedding?
That may have been one of the things that upset her. And, of course, the photographs were a setup. I was set up by a guy named Jeff Rayner and another guy named Dylan Howard, who was with American Media, I think. And the whole thing was a plan to actually mess up the wedding.
When you look at it in a different angle, with Harry, Meghan, and Meghan's father, mostly between Meghan and her father, it's okay for a father to disapprove of a wedding. He has that option to do so. But the way he went about it, this is what is so unacceptable. He was not being truthful upfront with them, especially with his daughter. If he was upfront with the daughter and said, I don't approve of this wedding, such and such and such, whatever, maybe I would have a different point of view about the situation. But knowing what I know now, and back then as well, is that he was doing sneaky thing, being untruthful, going to the media, spread the same kind of tactic of lies about his own flesh and blood. This is the thing I cannot understand. If he had been truthful upfront, especially with Meghan, forget Harry, okay, especially with Meghan, and said, look, you're my daughter, I love you, you could do whatever you want, but I don't approve of this wedding because whatever the reason might be. But he didn't do any of that. But instead, he's doing all the sneaky things, and the worst of it all, he sided with the institution to help the institution because the institution has a goal. But was he aware of the goal of the institution? Yes, to stop the wedding. But what was the optimum, the ultimate goal? Okay? Because they have a whatever. But he wasn't truthful. That's pretty much it. He wasn't truthful about everything. And then running to the media. Let me just stop now. So according to that aspect alone, okay, they don't exist to him. So if you then want them to be together and you're doing all of that, the amount of unnecessary pain he put on her, refused to pick up the phone. Remember in one video I was sharing with you the text messages between Meghan and Jason Kenoff, okay, where Jason Kenoff reminded Meghan that the father was not picking up the phone and all of that, okay? And now all of a sudden you want her to come to invite you? It's like she's gonna create problem for herself. Who knows what else you're gonna be doing if you go over there? You're not someone like that you cannot trust, because now the place that their privacy probably gonna go out there and talk about it. Has he forgotten what he did to his daughter before her wedding and thereafter? He's an embarrassment, and no doubt screeching Samantha will pop up soon to vent. Right? Imagine a parent selling you out and then whinges incessantly that he can't see his grandchildren. He can always go and see Samantha's children, who she abandoned. Okay, Meghan is... Oh, please, let's black this. If you tell that to the British media, they might stop writing about her and turn their attention to you instead. I mean, what? I mean, I thought these people should know better, because if English is their language, why are they using the word grifter wrong? All right? Meanwhile, the institution is laying back grifting on them. Okay? A person who engages in petty or small-scale swindling. Is Meghan doing any of that? Okay, a grifter is a con artist. Someone who swindles people out of money through fraud. Is Meghan frauding these people? They're earning their own money. They made a deal with Netflix. Okay, Okay, in September 2020, Harry and Meghan announced their partnership with Netflix as part of their quest for financial independence after stepping back from royal duties. Okay, how much does it worth? $100 million. You telling me this is grifter? So far, they have put couple documentary out on Netflix. And I think Netflix have gained, made that money back. Alright, so let's see here. The Daily Fail has short-term memory loss. Thomas Markle calls that rag a humiliating front-page apology to Meghan and millions of pounds in lawsuit settlement. He will never ever see those children. Where is he moving to? Thailand, his former stomping ground? The story that I've heard from the half-brother saying what they both did. Okay, he sold the letter to her enemies. There's plenty that could have been privately forgiven up to that point, but he went too far and still shows no accountability for it. That's a very good point. Okay, First Tom is so sick and he's on his deathbed. That's right, I remember that. And now he's well enough to pack up his whole house and move to the other side of the world. Sure. Thomas Markle is nothing but a Judas of a father that sold out his daughter for 30 pieces of silver at every opportunity. My hope and pray for him is that he goes to his grave never seeing his daughter or grandchildren before he closes his eyes. Let him wallow in self-pity, evil old pa. So there's all of that. Okay, this one and then that's it. They always will out his carcass when Meghan is doing something big. There's the laugh here. That man is so irrelevant. Okay, next tweet. This is a TikTok video. Okay, I started listening to that. It was pretty good. When mediocrity is the best you're capable of achieving, hating Princess Meghan won't make your life better, but it will make her a billionaire. And for that, we say, keep on hating. P.S. Even your hate is mediocre, hence why she keeps winning. All right, let's listen to that. 1:27 screenshot.
The way y'all attack black women for just existing baffles. Meghan Markle ain't even put out her Netflix shit, and y'all already talking about it's gonna be boring. I'm so over Meghan Markle. Baby, the only reason you're over Meghan Markle is because you're this. We want to see what Meghan Markle has to offer. Y'all are mediocre at best. Basic, bland bitches. Y'all don't even season y'all food, and y'all mad at her cooking show? Get the Botox out your lips, because I think it's getting to your head. The reason you can't connect with Meghan Markle, because you have no soul. You have no sauce. You ain't got no stank to you. I swear that Botox and being under that goddamn heat and let be fucking up y'all head. We don't give a damn about what y'all think about black women. Your take is invalid and non-involved. You do not exist in our realms, but yet you keep speaking in a place you don't belong. Yes, you do not belong in our space. Meghan Markle is our space.
Oh my God, this is one of the things I was telling one of the Devengers. I responded to something, another squad, and then someone came out of nowhere, wrote something, and I'm like, stay out of my bubble. Okay, something like that. I answer her through GIF only.
Want to see the princess and cooking and designing and doing decor. I want to see that shit. Maybe she'll inspire me to stop being so fucking tacky. I really think soulless bags of Botox should not speak on melanated women. Baby, you could never be that, even if you tried. The point is, you're mediocre. You will never be a Meghan Markle, no matter how much you inject your lips, buy your hips, or try to get color from the sun.
Let's see some of the comment. Thumbs up. They're losing their mind. Oh dear. With love, Meghan. You go, girl. Take them from kindergarten to university. You speak my love, Meghan language. All right. That's an ad. That's it. Let's go to the next one. Oh my God. Now, this is O'Brien. James O'Brien. I don't know if it's old. January 5th. No, that's recent. It's humiliating for the royal family, UKmedia, and royalists to watch the Duchess of Sussex, the Sussexes, thrive. The royal family showed its fragility by opening an all-out war on Prince Harry and Meghan. They lost, and British media lost all access. They are globally humiliated losers. And they brought that on themselves because they refuse to let them be. And then when they're spewing their BS, they stand at the rooftop for the world to hear. And then when they get crushed down, okay, the squad makes sure everybody hear that. My goodness. Let's listen. It's 2 minutes and 20 seconds. I haven't listened to it yet, but let's see.
Your career to writing about how awful those people were for refusing to throw manky old herrings off the back of the boat. You would never admit, of course, that your entire livelihood depended upon hoovering up manky old herrings thrown off the back of the boat called the royal family. And then along come two members of the royal family and they say, do you know what? Actually, we don't like seagulls. You're crapping all over our deck on a daily basis. We never get anything out of you except nasty noises. You're always screeching in our ears. We're trying to put the baby to sleep. We're going to stop lobbing the manky old herrings off the back of the fishing boat. And the seagulls have gone bonkers. The seagulls have gone spare. The seagulls have never before been told that they are not the most important part of this equation. What do you mean we're even less important than the manky old herrings being thrown off the back of the boat by the royal family? How dare you, Caster? I'll have you know that I am in Who's Who. I am often invited by American broadcasters to comment upon the state of the British royal family. I'm never off the breakfast TV sofas. How dare you suggest that my job consists of recycling manky old herrings for credulous forelock tuggers who buy British newspapers? That is a disgusting slur that I, for one, refuse to countenance. And that's really all they've done. That's all they've done. Prince Harry and his wife have essentially said, you know what? We're staying on the boat, by the way, because I was born on it. There's not a great deal I can do about that, but I'm going to decorate it the way I want to decorate it, and if you want to follow me around like a manky old seagull, well, you're not going to get any manky old herrings off me. Just clear off. And then you say, well, you can't ignore the seagull. You can't not feed the seagulls. You can't stay on the boat and not feed the seagulls. The price of being on the boat is feeding the seagulls.
Mm-hmm.
He said, well, no, it isn't. Of course I can still enjoy public life. I'm famous. I'm just going to ignore you. That's all. And they can't cope. I mean, it is like watching it's like watching one of those kids in the supermarket going absolutely tonto. And usually you feel sorry for the mother. In this case, the mother would be the editor or the owner of the newspaper, so it's very hard to feel sorry for them while the toddlers are going spare in the seafood aisle. And that's all that's happened in this story. You won't have probably reached that conclusion yet, because all of the coverage, both on broadcast and in print, is going to be...
Alright, so in a nutshell,
right.
I could not understand his analogy, lol, but I always seem to agree with him. So yeah, let's see, there's one comment here. Okay, let's pause this. The analogy is specific to English football. Eric Cantona, a former player with Manchester United, made the original quote. Okay. In other words, they're staying in their space, and they're not allowing the institution, the media, to come and bother them. I don't know. Okay, and this. Okay, it's official. The UK is the second most miserable nation in the world. There's all of that. Let's move on. Alright, so I see MAGA here. Where will I put MAGA? MAGA. Okay, MAGA, feeding the hungry equals socialism. Also MAGA, how dare she star in such a show when so many Americans can afford groceries. Okay, that's the thing with Meghan on Netflix. Just say you are racist and move away. Alright, so there's me here. I responded to that, to people like it. And I say, if these people are yapping about feeding the hungry, well, the few seconds she was over, she did the cookbook. As she sleeps, she's feeding the people in the UK. That's, how do you call this? The Together cookbook. Okay, and I put a link of another tweet that I put making somewhat reference to the same thing. Okay, anyone who lives in a home with yard for planting, they should not say a word. Use your open space for garden. All right, these are examples, because in America, especially in suburban areas, this is how they prefer their yard to be. Okay, see, open space, green grass, that's it. All right, I'm giving example. All right, different areas, they just, build on it, and open space, grass, white picket fence, and green grass. Okay, different examples. All right, and there's Meghan. What is she doing? She has her own little garden. All right, it's to tell them, use your space to grow food. Because I live in an apartment. I was starting to put little window garden things. The only reason that I stopped, there's a squirrel that keeps on coming and take the seeds away, so I don't plant no more. The thing is still there, but I don't plant, because every time I tried twice, 2 years in a row. The first year it was going well, and then once it grew, I guess it attracted that squirrel. It comes and dug up the thing and mess up that little, it's a small little bucket thing. But if you have open space, use it. Okay, and I talk about the Together cookbook. Let's go to the next tweet. I see GB News here. And not only that, she's helping, Well Central Kitchen and all of that. So she's doing her part. I mean, they want her and Harry to solve the world problem. Meanwhile, the others are creating problem. If they could stop creating problem, many people, will be able to deal with their natural problem. I'm pretty sure with the only kind of natural problem that could happen to people if other human beings were not inflicting unnecessary pain to others is if you get sick or you're doing something, you fall, you hurt yourself or something. These were the type of problem we would have been facing. But human beings are inflicting unnecessary pain onto others. And this is why I say hell is on earth. Once you die, I think everybody's going to go almost the same, maybe a different dimension or whatever. But hell is right here because we are inflicting hell onto others. Next tweet. It's nice to see someone actually defend Meghan and not joining in with the hate campaign against one woman. Thank you, there's the person here, for being fair unlike the rest of them. Alright, so there's no comment. Let's go into the retweet. Pause, so I don't get flagged. Okay. The first British journalist, white woman, fair person I see. Wow. At GBNews. Woman, got angry by your fairness and honesty. I applaud and appreciate you. But they will not invite you again. That is true. But they will not invite you again. You are too honest person. Please tag if you know her. The public can see the media. The public can see through the media. All right, let's see here. 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Screenshot, okay?
Showbiz journalist Ellen Coughlin. Ellen, thanks so much for being with us. This is a bit of a surprise move from Meghan. Was anyone expecting a new series?
Okay, I haven't listened to her yet, but maybe because that woman might know the trend. People are rejecting negativity. So maybe she read the room. If she's creating a platform for herself and she's on national television, so she better speak truthfully. Otherwise, her personal platform, because everyone is a brand pretty much. So if she's starting spewing negativity, false information, she's done with. Okay, just keep that in mind. And this is why the other royal rats are not making that much money in comparison to Omid. Okay, Omid did not join the bandwagon. And this is something, I will play it, okay? For Omid, this is what remarkable with him. Because at the time, okay, the amount of unnecessary noise the royal rats, the royal family was creating, okay, it would have been easy, okay, for Omid to join in, okay? It would have been easy for him to join in. But he was like a needle in haystack because he was the only one. I don't know if there are others because I don't follow the royal rats, okay? Because they have nothing positive to offer for me to learn from. But I follow Omid. But for Omid to be in the mindset, he did went to school, so he kept his integrity. He didn't join in, and right now he's making more money than any of the royal rats over there, and they don't like him for that. Because if they themselves had rejected the negativity, I understand it's hard to fight with the royal family, but don't participate. The same thing that I be saying about Kate for participating with the husband to hate on Harry when Harry was the only one who showed her respect. If she had stayed out of it, okay, say, I'm not going to be part of this. It's between you and your brother. Okay, don't engage. Okay, some people, like myself, would have been there to support her. But she joined in. So this is the weak-minded people. When they see the noise, this is the it thing, even though it's the wrong thing, they join in. So now people are pushing back. They rejected it. They said they don't want to hear any more negativity, all of that. So, get back to her now. I haven't listened to her. So she's probably protecting her brand because she's probably on social media, have her own platform or her own YouTube. So she's protecting her brand. If she's talking truth, honesty, and just being fair. Not everything that I say, I expect people to agree with me. But fair-minded, see reality, people will gravitate toward that. All right, let's start all over. I'm sorry, I got carried on.
Showbiz journalist Ellen Coughlin. Ellen, thanks so much for being with us. This is a bit of a surprise move from Meghan. Was anyone expecting a new series this year?
Yes, Well, she kind of teased it last year, along with her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard. So we were expecting something more from her. And
Actually, I was expecting something more when she did, I mean, she gave us a hint when she did the red carpet interview with Variety. And I've always highlighted this particular interview. I'm like, this is one of the best interview. Knowing, okay? It may not be crystal clear, crisp, or anything like that, but remember, it's a red carpet. They're passing by, and she stopped to talk to them. Okay, that journalist asked the right question, and Meghan gave us enough information to go by without revealing too much. So I've always highlighted this particular interview. Okay, I'll share it after this video. Okay, let me move it back slightly.
Lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard. So we were expecting something more from her, and actually I think this Netflix series ties in perfectly to that brand because it's lifestyle. She's going back to her roots. This is what she used to do before she became a royal and met Harry. She had a lifestyle blog called Tig, which had over 3 million followers, and she was actually...
That's the army. Those 3 million followers. This is the army that she took with her to the royal family. All these 6 million set of eyes, hopefully everybody each one of them have their set of eyes, okay, bringing into the royal family. The royal family then see that, and this is the pushback, and this is what the royal family is fighting with right now, and some more because they're grabbing more people. Like myself, I was not aware of Tig if the squad didn't bring it up. Okay, so she's too honest, like the squad said in the caption. All right, I move it back slightly, okay?
A lifestyle blog called Tig, which had over 3 million followers, and she was actually forced to close that down after she became a royal, as well with her social media pages. So it's really nice to see her going back to what she does best and what she knows, and I think we'll see a really different side to Meghan.
Okay, she said she was forced to close it down. What I think, the reason is that, okay, I don't know if the royal family asked her to do it because I haven't come across anything that said so, but I believe it was, okay? But in my humble opinion, allegedly, okay, they forced her to close it down. If they did, they owe her big time because she was making money off of that. Second, the main reason I think if they did tell her to shut her public profile out is because they wanted to humiliate her in peace. Because if she was on social media while she was in the UK and they writing all this BS, she could easily go on her page and say, no, this is how it happened. That's not true. They wanted to shut her down, isolate her, and tormented her in peace. That's one of the reasons I think. If they were the one who told her to shut those things down. Look at this. She didn't even marry Harry yet. She was still doing her acting on suit. They were injecting themselves into the script that they wrote for her. And meanwhile, these dumbasses have no knowledge about any of those things. You have Edward, who had Ardent Production. For those who are new, I don't know where I'm going to put this video. On PYTE. All right, I did a review, little research on Ardent Production, how it came about. He started off with a lot of money, and he had to shut down with what, £40 or something like that. If they were so great, how come this then flourished and become this huge production? But instead, as he was, getting deals, I believe, from my understanding, some of the army, how do you call it, Royal Air Force or Royal whatever that has to do with the military, okay, were being sponsored by was it in terms of commercial wise, giving him money to run his thing and all of that. You know why? Because his mother was the head of the army. Give him those. It's in that particular video. I read it, okay. So they wanted to torment her in peace. So they if they did made her shut her Tig and any social media she was in, is because they did not want her to let the public know what was going on. They wanted to tormented her in peace. Now, I'm moving back again. Let's get going. Play it again.
To see her going back to what she does best and what she knows. And I think we'll see a really different side to Meghan.
Yeah, because I'm a bit confused, I must say, because she did obviously go through her humanitarian phase, her feminist phase, her talking about politics phase. I mean, some people...
It's not a phase. She continued doing those things. It's not a phase at all. But let's see what this woman said.
Even talking about whether she wanted to be a Democrat politician.
What?
And now she seems to completely going back to that sort of influencer, homemaker, even dare I say traditional wife sort of vibe.
Can she do all of those things? We're all multifaceted women. I'm sure you have other interests besides GB News. I'm sure you have family and friends that see different sides of you. So that's exactly what Meghan is. She's not giving up her charity work or her
Thank
philanthropy.
you.
We'll see her doing all that stuff still. This is just another...
She never said she was running for any office. I think she made a reference to her running for office. It's the tabloid who wrote this. It's not Meghan. If she did, I missed that. But let's continue.
Other side of Meghan that we get to see and enjoy, and the show looks beautiful. I think it's right up her street. It's very Martha Stewart, and we can kind of see the softer side to her, and I think it will do really well.
And that's a really nice, generous interpretation. I thought maybe it might be because she wasn't doing so well on the sort of international stage in terms of, politics and all of talking about cracking down on online safety and all of that sort of thing.
What? She's doing her thing her own way because you people are pushing against that. It's 1 versus a billion, but she's doing things her own way. Who said it's not working? There's probably other family who's tapping in on the things that she's putting out for them. Oh, Lord. Also, that's not politics. That's social issues. Social issues that affect almost every families. But you guys are making it seems like people should not be doing these kind of things for themselves. They meaning the media, the people who wants to control people, okay? They want to be the one to control people, families. This is what you should be doing. This is how you should be doing. But when in fact, every family is different. This is not politics. This is social issues. And Harry and Meghan know the platform that they have. And this is why they're highlighting this stuff on their platform. It's not politics.
New spin on it from the youth. As a prince, you're born at birth with a natural platform to be able to try and make a difference. Yeah, which a lot of people have to spend years and years and years getting to that point. So from that perspective, I'm very lucky to have a platform to be able to try and make change in the causes that mean a lot to me, but also to you guys. And I'm still in your generation, by the way. But at the same time, as I said, being born with a lot of privilege comes with a lot of responsibility. But I like to think that I'm going to have to spend the rest of my life earning the respect for that privilege and trying to make a difference for the rest of my life.
And Harry and Meghan know the platform that they have, and this is why they're highlighting this stuff on their platform. It's not politics.
Yeah, it's still my baby. I wanted a place where I could share these great experiences I'm able to have and make it inspirational for people, but also a reminder that it's all attainable, like I didn't grow up with this kind of lifestyle or being interviewed or having fancy things. Like, that is all very new. And so to be able to show, like, you want that, you could totally have that, and you are enough and you're worth it. And it's also been a great way for me to connect with people like Emily, who's right here. I only know her through Twitter, and I knew she was coming because I saw it on social media.
Stop it, really?
Yes, and she's going on a trip soon to Costa Rica to do some aid work because she said that my UN stuff inspired her. I wrote you a letter. I brought it.
That is so cool. That's actually
Isn't that sweet?
Seriously,
Aww.
using your outreach for good, to connect with people.
Well, I feel a really big responsibility. Like, if you have this kind of job and you have an opportunity to have a profile where people are listening to what you're saying, I really truly think you need to be saying something that's valuable. So yes, you can talk about, like, where did Rachel get that pencil skirt? Fine, sure, we can have that conversation. But I'd also like to talk about
women's rights
and like my work with UN Women or with World Vision or humanitarian trips, or just really bolstering self-esteem that has nothing to do with the external.
And Harry and Meghan know the platform that they have, and this is why they're highlighting this stuff on their platform. It's not politics. Oh my goodness.
No, I think she's doing really well with all
Thank
of that.
you.
I just think that she's trying her hand at something else. We'll probably see her going back to do all those things. I can't see, just because she has a new project in the pipeline now, that everything else has to stop for her. She doesn't stop being a mother because she has a show on Netflix. She doesn't stop her charity work because she has a show on Netflix. It's just another part of her life that she's going to include.
Thank you.
Well, there we go.
No wonder why she said, but they will not invite you again. Exactly some of the things that I was saying. They will not invite her again. She's spot on.
Something to do with it, but good shows are everlasting.
That's what you're doing now. You have now come into Hollywood in a professorial capacity. What is inspiring you, and as you're kind of looking to make these new projects, what is the thing that is, driving the work that you're going to put out into the business?
Things that make people feel, I was going to say good, but it's more than that. Things that make people feel something, right? And feel a sense of community, but we have so many exciting things on the slate. I can't wait until we can announce them, but I'm just really proud of what we're creating. My husband is loving it too. It's really fun.
We're here anytime you want to make those announcements.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. We'll get in touch then, yeah.
Alright, for the first time, someone with brain cells is on this worthless channel. They'll never invite her again. Thank you. I appreciate the kind word. Is that her? Okay, TV presenter and journalist. Yeah, you better protect your brain. Let me write this. Okay, so I'm assuming this is her. Okay, her profile says TV presenter and journalist. Okay, mail online, Alright, so this is what I wrote. Truth and honesty is what well-minded people want. Once you curve out in the same tactic as the royalists, you'll never be respected again, globally. If you're done wherever you are, some other place can trust your work. Despite the noise of negativity, people want truth. Protect your brand. Some people need to hear that. Some people, you'll be surprised, OMG, people you thought who went to top universities and things like that, you would have thought those basic common sense. I'm not saying I'm smart. I'm pretty sure I could easily, something could happen, okay, where people will say, oh, you should have known, okay? I understand that. But there are some people who went to top universities, you would have assumed they will get it, but they don't, okay? Somebody already liked it, okay? Protect your brand. Your brand is what matters. All right. That's that. Let's move on. I think we're here enough and I spent too much time on it. Okay, so this is my last one and then I'm gonna create another video. I just want those recordings to be done. So to get out of the way. All right, my last one. Damn, when Taylor Swift can even get your attention. Okay, Taylor Swift makes surprise appearance in Kate Middleton's latest IG post. That was January 3rd, 2025. What latest post? Say Instagram? It's like, I don't know. Where did that come from? I never heard of that. I don't know what is this. Right? Nobody knows anything about it. That's an ad. That's it. It's the way she responded. I don't know. And then she laughed. Says Instagram. Whatever. So that's that. So should we do a prayer? Prayer for, let's say, truth and honesty. Dear God, we pray for honesty in our lives. Help us to speak and act truthfully in all situations. May we be honest with ourselves and with others, building trust and integrity in our relationships. Thank you for your example of truth and honesty. Okay, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. All right, so I have another set of tweets. Let me see. Should I even continue? Because I have so much more to do. All right. So let's get some of these out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna record it. It's 5 o'clock, so pretty much all night I'm recording, and whenever I have chance I'm just gonna edit. All right, so that's it. Thank you for watching.
Vanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life. You are all in this together, and if I may speak personally, we are all in this together, because asking for help was one of the best decisions that I ever made. You will be continually amazed how life changes for the better